Hello guys and welcome to Spoken Essays. I am Harshal Vora and you are looking at the JavaScript tutorial. Let us begin from where we left off the last time and without wasting more time let us continue. The last time we finished some data structures and we were playing with a few data structures and I think I finished 75% of it. Let's see, let's look at the screen and we'll find out where we left. Okay, so let us begin. I'll yeah, let me share my screen. Okay, you guys can see that. I'll also have to open Chrome, don't I? Uh, don't I need to do that? Okay, we have Chrome open. Okay, and yeah, that was the last window open, so I can close the new window. Okay, very nice, very cool, very good to settle in. Get to settle back in. Okay, we are live. Okay, and I can see we have no viewers yet. No problem, they'll come. Until then, let us begin and try to figure out what this is and where we were at. I think I wrote some of this code. Yeah, I wrote this code. I remember. Yeah, I think if we can start a new fresh, we can work our way, or I can edit this code and work on this. I'll edit this code instead. So basically, where were we? So where do I belong? Return the lowest index at which a value should be inserted into an array. Okay, once it has been sorted, the return value should be a number. So once it has been sorted, so I think we used a sort function. Yeah, we used this to sort an array. And after that we do this. Okay, so after an array has been sorted, the returned value should be a number. So it should tell us, for example, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1.5 should return 1 because it is greater than 1 but less than 0. Index 1. Okay. Likewise, get index 2. Yeah, insert 2, 23, 5, 19 should return 2. Because once the array has been sorted, it will look like 3, 5, 20 and 19 is less than 20 and greater than 5. So when we call the function, okay. So we will first sort any array that comes through, and then we get to work. Okay, good enough. Okay, what will this say? Okay, so if after we sort this, we have to compare each and every value. So we go, oh yeah, I see. So we check the first value in the array. So we have a for loop for that. For loop I array length. The length of the array. So it will iterate it that number of times. And then if array I, so the 0th value, is greater than or equals to the number. Okay, so let's say we sorted. Let's take one of these for example, so we can get started. So I'll copy U and I'll paste it here. Okay, so now we have an array and this should return. So what does this say? So the first value it will check with is, first it will sort it. Fortunately for us, this has already been sorted. Nice. So 10, 20, 30, 40, 50 and 35. 35 will be here, we can see that. So the value should be 0, 1, 2 and 3. It already returns 3, but that's good. And then what do we do next? So for I equals 0, so it will check the ith value, the 0th value, 10. Is 10 greater than or equal to this number? Yes. Then you simply return I. Oh, I see. This shouldn't be the case. If it's less than 20, then it should return I, right? Yeah. Exactly. Wait. If array, so is 10. Yeah. I can do this then. I'll cut you. And instead of array being here, I'll paste number. Is the number less than or equal to the array value? Is 35 less than or equal to 10? No, it is not. If it were, it would return I. So let me make this 9. what would it say? 0, right? What if it were 10? What would it say? It should say 1. I see the problem. Okay, we can't keep it this way. First we have to check whether it's equal. If it's equal to that number, then what will you do? You will simply put I plus 1. I see. First we check whether it is equal to that number, right? Let's see, let's take an example here. If we are putting 10, should it return 0 or 10? Let's see. Do we have any examples for this? So okay, it says 30 and 30 is here, so 0, 1 and 2 should return 2, so it should return 2. Okay, then we are in the clear. With this example, I can safely say we'll simply return the ith value. Okay, so when it's 30, it should return 2, right? Let's see. It will return true 2. Very good. Okay, so that works. Back to 35. Okay. Now we go to the else statement. What will it do? So if it does not match, if it's neither 10 nor less than 10, what will it do? Now it will go to the else statement. Okay, for the maximum value, I think. Yeah, maximum value. So now it goes to if array I plus 1 is in the second item of the array, which would be 1. So it checks both the highest and the short. Okay. Is there a better way to write this? I plus 1. Yeah, I think we are good. So if I'll also flip this the other way so that we don't have any confusion. Array, yeah, you got this. I put this here. Okay. So now we check it's less than or equal to. Now we check if it's greater than or equal to. Why? Is number, so for the next if statement we write is the number less than. So is 35 less than or equal to 20? Is it less than or equal to 20? Or if we are doing this, then I don't think we need to check it. It will check that for every number anyway. I think this itself will return the maximum value anyway, right? No. This 35 is not less than, so it will eventually come to this. It will return, I see. Wait a second, but it will go till 40. Is 35 less than and equal to 40? Then it would return. Then it would in fact return true, right? Would that solve our problem? Let's find out. I'm going to comment all of this, not all of this actually. Where does this end? Where does this else statement end? Here. Okay, I'll comment this, and it's 11. Interesting. Okay, and instead we ask it to return I. Brackets end. Unexpected token. What is unexpected token? Yeah, I'll have to put 2 of them, won't I? Okay, so now it says return 0. That's not true, so I think we made the right decision with this if. So now this checks for the maximum value, checks for the minimum value. So okay, so I plus 1, so the next value is the next value less than 20. Is 35 less than 20? No, it is not. So you'll run the loop again. Okay, I need some real example. This works, so I ought to find an example that doesn't work. We can, okay, let's check you. That should help us understand, because these cases work. With these cases it works, but with these it doesn't. So let's see why and understand. Okay, so we have 2, 5, 10. It should be here, right? If none of them match, I see it shouldn't return I, it should return, oh, I see the third value. How do we make it run that loop? So basically I should return 3 or array.length plus 1. Yeah, let's find out. So arr.len, oh come on, sorry, arr.length, that should return 3. How about you? Should return a number 0, should return 0. What will this thing's length be? Let's find out. What if I remove this? It will return 0, it does return 0. Okay, I think we are good to go. We just needed a fresh pair of eyes, it seems. That's all I had to do. I didn't do much except for remove that if statement from there to here. I simply removed it. I see, I simply removed it, okay. Instead I wrote array.length. Will this work for each case? It works for each case, we are good to go. Let's read this again. So we have a sorting algorithm. Will it work without the sorting algorithm? I don't know. It does not work without the sorting algorithm. For these where they're already sorted, it works. Kind of works. But with you it doesn't work because 19 would actually return 2. Should actually return 2. So apparently we found the sorting function from the internet itself. We didn't find it anywhere. I don't know if we can sort it using any other way. But let's look at this function, so maybe we can reuse it in a few of our next functions programs maybe. So we have array.sort function a and b. So it would take 2 values a and b, as in it would sort the array and then it would return a minus b. Interesting. So if we have an array 2, 20, 10, first would it assume a and b? Okay. Then 2 minus 20 is the minus 18. I have no clue how this sorting thing works, but there must be a function involved where this takes care of that sorting issue. Okay, we can go to the next test. 88% complete, guys. We will be done before an hour ends, hopefully. Now mutation. So we are going to mutate an array apparently. Return true if the string in the first element of the array contains all of the letters of the string in the second element of the array. For example, hello should return true because of all the letters in the second string are present in the first. Ignoring case reminds me of expressions, regular expressions, or what we'd say. That's above. What was it called? I think regular expressions. Yeah. So regular expressions, we use the match case. Extract matches, match anything with wildcard. No. Match a literal string. We're going to use G and I for that. Arguments hello hey should return false because the string hello does not contain a y. Wait, alien line should return true because line. Oh, I see. I can think of a for loop for this, but is there a better way? I want to see if we can use match case for this, as in the test method. Wait, what does the test method do? Remind me please. Test checks whether this string is inside it. What if it's letters? Do you want to iterate with each letter? 0, 1, 0, 2, 0, 3, 0, 4. And it's an array, by the way. So 0, 1 array 1 and array 2. We're going to play with array 1 and array 2. And they should return true or false. So we are definitely going to use an if statement in here somewhere, because we have to, it's a boolean, true or false. It should return true or false. Okay, how do we go about this? Let's read this. I think match anything with wildcard period, match anything with wildcard period. This is very cool actually. ALIEN, LINE. So these letters are in fact inside this, all of them. Whoa. How do you check for each letter? We are in fact going to use a match function, of course. Let's look at a few tests. So hello, he should return false, because y isn't in there but he is. And this should return true because h, so it's case insensitive. Okay, let a equals, पहले तो वो लिख देते हैं. Okay, so we use it uses 2 forward slashes. Inside it we write this. I'll make this I semicolon, please. Okay. If we write match itself, a dot match array, nope, arr dot match a. Why do you have a problem? Because there is nothing in it. If we write h, e, llo. Oh yeah, obviously. 0. We have hello and we have hello. Sorry, that's the wrong place. It should be in here actually. Yeah. So it won't return anything yet because we haven't asked the console to log anything. So it says hello index input, hello groups undefined. I see. Oh yeah, index 0, so hello index 0, hello input, groups undefined. What if we write 1 null? Good. We have to do something with this. जाते के करके. Okay. Find more than the first match. Find anything with wildcard period. Actually, no, not anything. I think the second array should be split, and then the second item in the array should be split. So HEY, and each letter be individually checked. And mutation is allowed apparently, so we can mutate the E. Okay. So A equals इसको हटाओ, इसको भी हटाओ अभी के लिए. Return array simply. ठीक है, इसको हटाओ for now. So simply write hello, right? Yeah. Now let's store this in an array. So ARR, and we write 1, right? The first value. Even if we have, okay, it's only for words, very good. So we shouldn't be worried about that. Now if we ask it to return A, it will return A in A string, very good. Now we also want to split it. Split is not a function, unfortunately. Then I can do something else. 9. What if I simply do this then? Oh, okay. What if you ask it to print A now? It is HEY, very good. Now that HEY is split, we can check each and every one of them in the string hello. Oh. We can use match. Does H match in this? Yes. E match in this? Yes. L, no. Oh wait. We don't want to check. Oh, only E and Y, right? Yeah. Test. What does test do? Let me check again. What does the test method do? It basically checks whether this variable is inside this, right? It also should be. So I'm going to use u my regex. Thank you. We are going to run a for loop. I equals 0. Let I equals 0. Semicolon I less than the length of the first string, so array 0 dot length hello, right? And then semicolon I plus plus in the curly brackets. Oh, we have one concurrent viewer. Thank you for joining. Okay, now what are we to check? Yeah, this should return true or false, right? Okay. Do not look at the console, guys. Do not look at the console yet, guys. We're still building this logic. Okay. Now I wanted to check this, so we already have this. Okay. Now this won't be my regex. Yeah. None of this will be actually needed. We write what? We test this, right? Let's do. What does the test do? This is what the syntax of test. We write test regex as in this, whatever this is, dot test string. So then we write here. I see. A is an array right now. So A, and in this I write 0. That is text. Unfortunately, how do you use variables in a regex? What did you do? So regex this D. No, I don't see it. How to use variable inside regex in JavaScript? Solve. Okay, we have a variable. Can you guys see that? I'll zoom in a little bit more. Thank you. So we have I'm John, you're John, but I prefer John. Name John. So we use so many slashes apparently. We write $/. Okay. So inside this we are gonna need these brackets. I'll wrap you in curly brackets and I write the $sign here. Right. And we write test. In this we write ARR. Right. We ask it to, we don't want to return this. Oh, we also write if, and then this. Oh yeah, let's see what the console says about you. Okay, it says false. Apparently H isn't inside array. Interesting. Okay. Yeah. I can I, will it say undefined? It is undefined. ठीक है, चलो इसको रखते हैं. हाँ, we'll put a random character, so I know this is junk and this is what is returning. Okay, very good. Now what does this return? A dollar sign, this. So that I don't think worked. Case insensitive, no. So then I don't see any color changes, so I think it's still looking for that text. What if I instead of this what if I write H here? Sorry, from here to here. What if I write H? It will return true. So yeah, H works, but this doesn't work. So how do we use a variable again? Let's see. We use backtick and then this many slashes. Oh, it uses something else, doesn't it? But what is this? Regexp, and then so many slashes, and then we write slash dollar sign and name, and they're all backward slashes. What does that mean? Okay, string called pattern, string and G, console log dot replace re.regex. Pattern should be what? I do not get it. I have to read some text then. Regularization is a powerful tool. Use regexp to replace. It's a constructor. How to use a variable in an expression. Pattern in JavaScript. Okay, we have this. Then we have /074 /076 dynamic part 074 xyz 076 test input log output. So regex object is this. Where is the what? Let me read this again. We have a variable dynamic port. Dynamic port is placed here, and this says regexp. That is also a again. Okay. I think then okay. What if I use / no? Something in here should let me help. Match single character with multiple possibilities. Match, okay, yeah, single characters, yes. Match single characters not specified, yes. Lazy matching or more criminals from beginning. Numbers, restrict possible, match white space, specify upper and lower number of matches. Exact number of matches check for all or none, check for the mixed grouping of characters. Mixed grouping, interesting. Reuse patterns using capture groups. We did use this somewhere. I have no clue. You have to open these. Yes, AIOU test string. It says Penguin. Okay. But I do remember the dollar sign. That was actually very nifty. Yes or no, maybe. Okay. Yeah, that's a different operator. It's an operator. I flag is for ignore case. Yes. Match. Repeat. How do you put a variable in this? Two backward slashes, can we not put anything? It can be considered a line. I mean a variable. I mean I can store that in a variable, yeah, but What if I use backtick? Yeah, didn't work. Someone used a lot of forward slashes. No. Backward slashes. 4 of them here and 4 of them here. Oh yeah, I can see 3 lines. So apparently 3 lines. Okay. So now this is a variable. Now I can see a red line here. And it says unterminated regular expression. Something's up with this. Somehow we can use a variable, but then it interrupts this. What if I simply put okay? Oh, did you see that? 1 slash did it, but when I put it here, nothing happened. Once. We can put as many as we like apparently. The moment I put U, there is a red underline. Okay, what if I remove this? Now there's still a red underline. Because now it's not okay. A dilemma indeed. How do you store a variable use a variable in a regular expression? This says utilize a variable within a regular expression. First define a string and store it in a variable. With a replace method. Read properties of undefined reading test. What is this? Oh yeah, exactly. It cannot be a test. Now it is a test. But still this isn't a variable. No. What can we do to make you? So there are different ways with this and this. How do I pass a variable in regex or freeCodeCamp forum? So we have this. Someone wrote this song before. Where it's from. This also uses replace. So apparently one way or another we have to replace. Right. No. Well, how to use a variable, how to create regex from string variable. If all of them are using replace, then we have to think of this then. Hello, yes, what are you doing? Yes. Hello, what are you doing? This will replace yes globally and replace nothing. So no spaces, but we can't do anything about the spaces that were between this. I mean, yes, we can. But it wouldn't work with commas then. This is simply replacing it. We can't. I I need another instance of this without using replace. Maybe ChatGPT can help me. Use a variable in a regular expression that doesn't use the replace function in JavaScript. In JavaScript, it is commonly used. Okay, we'll keep going. We have a world regexp. Okay, so apparently we're supposed to use this if we want to use a variable. We have dynamic pattern ng, and then we can use match. Matches question mark, matches length 0. Okay, in this case let's use this then. Okay, I think what does this do? So it will check for world. It's G, no, match regex. So what does this say? Match input string is this. It will check regex, which is this. I see. So instead of this, let me put, oh yeah, let regex be what was this? Regexp, regexp. Apparently it should be a new function as well, but okay, we'll go with that. So we write a0 globally. Instead of u, we simply write regex. It returns true for all cases. Very good. Now we write I, still runs true. Very good. What if I remove G? No changes. Okay. So now why does it run 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5 times? Because of the length, I think. Because its length is 4, so it will run actually 0 to 4 times, which is 5 times. Yeah, okay. So H returns true, does it? We haven't even put an if statement here yet. What if I write 2? Does y appear? Wait a second. एक के अंदर हमने उसको split किया था, right? So H E Y 3 strings. Third string. How does the file return true then? Interesting. What if I were to write y here? Interesting. Y dot test array. How is the little y returning true? Okay. This can't be array then. This has to be array 0. Finally, okay, very good. regex. Back to you. We make you I. Very good. So now h returns true. Why is it? Okay, so 4 now. This is a boolean. If all 4 of them return true, only then will you say true. How do we write this thing? Bapre. All 3 of them. Why does this say true? Did you check h again or what? Okay. Maybe there should be a better way than this. I can't. Yeah. Alien. Let's try alien then. Alien and lien. A-L-I-E-N and line. 4 letters. All of them are written true. Very good. Okay. Someone wrote this song before and I could tell you where it's from. If all of them return true, we ask it to return true. Of course. Otherwise, we ask it to return false. I can press enter. Okay. Else return false. Good. Now it says return. Okay, it says true and false. Very nice. That is a good headache. Why? Is L in there? Yes. I in there? Yes. N in there? Yes. E in there? Yes. दो लूप्स आएंगे ना. पहले वो फर्स्ट लेटर को पकड़ेगा, फिर सेकंड लेटर को पकड़ेगा, फिर थर्ड लेटर को पकड़ेगा, फिर फोर्थ लेटर को पकड़ेगा. First you take L, you check it with each and every one of them, and then you go to I. I should run this. This will run this should run 4 number of times. But inside each letter will run whatever the length of this is. Okay. That gives me a good direction. All of this will be inside another loop, won't it? For let h equals 0, I is actually you, my friend, and this should be a dot length. I less than you, or not I actually, h less than you, and h plus plus. Good. Okay. So now it should check each and every letter, right? I can remove you for now. So what does this do? Let's think again. Let's take blue, BS. Okay. So it returns true in some cases. for these two. Is B and S a part of this? No. Okay, let's think. What does this do? It says a dot length, so B और A की length से 2 बार चलेगा loop. ठीक है, ये loop 2 बार चलेगा because the length is 2. Okay, very good. Once the value of 0 becomes 1 and once it becomes 2, oh yeah, we don't want that, actually 1. ठीक है, so BS. Now this will check alien, so अभी इसमें जाएंगे. यहाँ पे let h equals 0, h less than arrow array 1, which is this की length minus 1. So the letter B should be checked with each letter. True, true. Oops. A 1 2 3 4 5. This loop should run for 5 times. Then it should go to the next letter. Then we can't keep U, can we? Yeah, this is correct. Okay. So there should be 10 entries. So 1 2 3 4 5 and 10. Okay. So there are in fact 10 entries. So it does run 10 times. Good. Now it is beyond me why S or B or any of them turn out to be true. I have no clue. So let's see. I don't think we need this at all for now. I'll remove this for now. Very good. Okay. So let. Why is let inside this? Oh, it's because inside this for loop. Okay, okay. This should run 5 times, actually 10 times. Okay, we got it. 5 into 2, 10. Good. Each letter. If this were, another letter, it would go to 15. Very good. Okay. BS. Now, what does this do? So we have let regex. So we are declaring a variable. That variable is AH. So 0 AH is, so A0 is actually the letter B. B and G. And then we go to regex and we write test array 0. Oh, so it's not checking with each and every letter, is it? It's checking it with the whole word. Then we don't need to run it 10 times. Is B in there or not? That's it. This loop rule shouldn't. Okay, yeah, then it should only run for the length of that. ये हट जाएगा. Okay, मेरा दिमाग थोड़ा और clear हुआ अभी. We can remove U. Actually, ये semicolon रख देंगे. Syntax error, of course. Okay, very good. H is not defined because H is not there anymore. Now what if I write L? One would be true and one would be false. Very good, very good. GI, nice. What if this were capital L? This would still turn true. Okay, capital L, but the moment I remove I, this should become false. Very good. Okay, we are getting there. Very good, very good. I like this. Okay, so alien ls, L would return true, but S would return false. All of the letters in line. Now this shouldn't matter. This should say false, true, false. Very good. We are getting somewhere. We are indeed getting somewhere. अभी क्या? Hello head should return false. Now we go to complete booleans. Now if we have true, false, false, will it return false or return true? Let's see. So instead of console, not log, now we write if. Oh yeah, if, oh sorry, fi obviously, if regex this returns true, then I want you to return the text haha. Very good. Unfortunately, yeah. Oh, if any of them return true, don't they? Doesn't it? Sheesh. Okay. ये semicolon नहीं आने आएगा. Else return nana. Okay, it returns nana. Interesting. What if there were only L? It will return haha. Li haha. ALIEN. LB, it will still return haha, not nana. Okay, very good. Yeah, I mean, I could have written something else too, it doesn't matter. I can write T and I'll write F, true, false. Good. Yeah, these are also good indicators. Very nice. L and B. Unfortunately, B isn't in here. BA, AA. So it's stuck with the first letter, is it? It won't return true. For any of them, we have hello, hey, chalo. That's the standard one. Obviously, it should return true or false. Obviously, T and F. Hello and hey. Unfortunately, Y isn't in this, so this cannot. So we did this, then we split it and stored it in a variable. You can see that. Semicolon, please. Very good. Then we created another variable which takes the length of this, so it will run 3 times, checking each letter. Oh, oh, oh. Oh, yeah, I see the problem. Yeah, that variable isn't, yeah, this variable is all good. I can also put a semicolon, good enough. But it will return T for the first instance, so whatever the first instance is, it will return T. I don't think it will call itself again. इसका कुछ काम में ये undefined बोलेगा, अभी नहीं बोला. Very good. Okay, then we can leave you. How do we make it so that it returns false if any of them return false? Because capital H, because of GI, capital H will also work. What if I write new here? Yeah, new doesn't matter actually. Maybe it does, but I don't see it yet. Only if I only put Y, it will return F. If I put Y at the beginning, it will return F, but not for the rest. Replacing it for all instances. If all are true, then you return true. If none of them is true, then you return Cha. That's the thing. we do about it? This is a very specific situation I'm stuck with. It stops after the first one. Doesn't even go to the second one. You can see here, yeah, yeah, Y is the second one. Do we ask it to return? And I think the loop will stop after the first. Then I believe that. I believe that. And I can't put the for loop inside this. I mean, an if statement inside this. I can't wrap an if statement for this, can I? Can I wrap you inside a for? Okay, no. What do we do here? That is good bird sound. I think I need to speak out loud so that I know what I'm thinking, what I'm doing. The goal is to take this letter first and then check whether it has an index in here. सब हटाएंगे वापस. Okay, so let's check for only the letter H, first letter H. What happens? So we take an array, we create a variable called A, and then we store it in an we call the first item of this array, which is this, the letter H. Now it's stored inside this. If we use this, if the length is more than 1, but whatever. Then we go to the for function. Now in the for function we write I equals 0. I is less than a dot length. What is a? This is H. So a dot length instead of this. Now this should be arr dot length. Good. So array's length, right? Okay. So it will run 4 times. This loop will run 4 times. Good. H letter, which we don't actually need. Oh yeah, we only need it. We need to run it A's length. ये जितने बार आएगा उतने बार वो चेक करेगा console value. So this is, if this is HW, then it would return 2 values. Very good. Okay. If we were to write HWR, then it would return 3 values. Very good. Good. Okay. Now for H. So we run the if statement inside this. So a dot length, very good. So this will only run once. If console.log, I have written that for my understanding. Array 0, as in U, has index of, so tell me the index value of the letter AI. So A is this array which stores this letter H, and I is 0 for this instance, so it will check the index value of this. If it is true, if it is equal to greater than or equal to 0, in this case it would return 0, then it will return haha. I have no clue why it doesn't say haha. This should be true. Let's find out why. Why does it not return? Okay. I think because of you. Oh, that should be there. Okay. If that's true, then it should return haha. Is H a part of this? Yes, it also says true. Is the value of H equal to or greater than 0? Yes, it is. Why does it say undefined? Else. So that means if it's not, you say return false. Good. Okay. So now it says true or true and false. Why does it return false then? If H is in fact based on your console value, based on your log, it returns true. Why does it not return the text haha? Is there any syntax error? चलो देखते हैं syntax errors देखते हैं. Are we all in fact inside the for loop? Yes, we are. Let me put that in this. Okay. Very good. Very good. Okay. We are in fact inside the for loop. As long as the condition runs true, we'll keep iterating this. This is the statement, if statement. If this is true, do this. If not, do this. If this itself returns true, why does it not say that? Okay, you know what? Maybe if I remove console, maybe that should change things. Yes, it does change things. Okay. So now this returns haha once, right? So age is in there. What if I write hy? It still says haha. So we are back to where we left, but now we can use index instead of regex. Very good. So value of y will not be this. We have to check for each and every letter. That's why we have the for loop. Maybe another loop can help me understand. Maybe instead of a for loop, check if the letter of the second word is on the first. हाँ ये तो कर दिया. I don't know how to look at the yeah. Maybe another loop can help me understand. Java, array, boolean, this, that, precedence, operators, precedence. JavaScript, introduction, this, that. What is that? Wonderful loop. Loop for, in, for. Okay, what is for in? We came across. Okay, so we have loop, for loop, and while loop. So this does this. Very simple, very clear actually. Okay. We have for and for in. Loop through the properties of an object. Loops through the values of an iterable object. Loops through a block of code while a specified condition is true. Also loops through a block of code while a specified condition is true. Okay, so the for in loop. Key in object. What does this mean? So key in object. Oh, we use this for that. Iterates over person object. Each iteration returns a key. For in loop is not for us. For of variable of iterable. So text let x of cars. Okay. Where is x? Okay, let x there. Okay, we are declaring a variable. Text. What? Text is added the letter x. So each car value is added to that letter. No. Well, I don't see the. I don't understand. Maybe while loop will help me. While this condition is true, you do this. Okay. So while something is true, you do this. So do while loop is a variant of the while loop. This loop will execute the block once before checking if the condition is true. Then it will repeat the loop as long as the condition is true. ये शायद काम आ सकता है. While this if statement is true, you keep returning haha, for example. The moment one of them turns out to be false, you break the loop and you return false. Okay, let's try that out. What is this for loop? Yeah, the for loop begins from here till here. Comment you out. we write a while loop now. Okay, while, what is the syntax for a while loop? While condition and code block to be executed. Okay, so while this is true, you keep returning haha. Let's return true 5 times. Oh yeah, oh sheesh. Okay, nahin, we have to declare it outside a global variable. Let I equals 0. Maybe, maybe not. Now that I see it, maybe not. HY. So this also does the same thing with the first letter. We are missing something somewhere and I don't know what. So for the first iteration it will return true. For the second one it will not. But it won't return. एक बार उसने रिटर्न कर दिया फिर उसका काम खत्म. I think. How do we make it go past it? HY. Why isn't he part of hello? Just a second, guys. And we are back. Okay. Yeah. So the dilemma is with this loop too, and yeah, this looks much cleaner, much shorter, but yeah, the dilemma is that it stops, it only checks for this, and then it breaks the function. I mean, it breaks after the words. We want to return true if any of the letters from the array are true. If we simply write, you know what, instead of A, I write ARR 1, this will say false. Okay, let's take the example of alien. LINE. See, we don't want this to happen. This is looking for literal text. And this does somehow work, but we want to check it with each and every one. Do we also convert this into an array? Let's think of that. Maybe if we can convert that into an array, what would that do? So if we check L with A, then L with L, then L with I, and EN, but that's where index of helps us. It will check for the entire string, but even if it were the longest line ever. So this function would return true for a few, but it wouldn't return true for any letter that isn't there. For example, H ये सब वो solve कर देगा. Even if this is capital A, this will still return. Oh, it doesn't even return true. Sheesh. Oh, yeah. Interesting. I think, yeah, then we better use regex, or maybe they have a better option. Index of would work. Now I think we have to go through this. I'll have to read the solution, otherwise I'll end up wasting a lot of time. Let's see. But their hint is string.index of. String.index of. So array 0, this dot index of, and then we call each and every letter. Now you can see capital A isn't allowed, but not allowed, it returns false, but it should return true according to one of these cases. Hello and hello should return true. I don't know how to make it case sensitive. Let's look at one of the solutions. So we have a function called mutation. You can see that it calls a variable called a test, which will be okay, both of them lowercase. Okay, chalo, yeah, I understand. Pretty cool actually. Then let I equals 0, test.length is, this is the test. So the first, I think I did the same thing with this loop. Length is I, yeah, so as long as it's, yeah. Oh, but then we can use the for loop. Yeah, you know what, okay, fine. If we are looking at the solution, might as well, correct, go the correct way. Okay, back to you. So क्या तकलीफ हो गई अभी? Yeah, that's not the unexpected token. That's usually some spacing mistake. Or there should be other bracket in here. Okay. No. Unexpected token temporary. Now I have to read this. What is this for function? Good. We have console.log and then mutation call and then write. What's the problem with this space? may I ask? I see. I understand. Okay. Yeah, should have only deleted this much. Okay. So let's redo. We also made it lowercase, so we write 2 lowercase. Okay, so they did the first thing lowercase and then the second one lowercase. They didn't but split it, did they? Interesting. Okay, why? Can we test I 0? Okay, let's redo. They're not splitting any text, so we have test, which takes the first the second item, which is the, let's say, hy, and it converts it to lowercase. Okay, then it goes to the second one. It says, okay, it also converts that to lowercase. Okay, then we have a for loop. Inside this for loop, let I equal 0. I should be, yeah, is I less than the length of the test, as in the second value, so it will iterate it for each letter. Good. Cool. Iterate for each letter. Good. Okay, then we have an if statement inside this. Now what does this say? Target, as in the first array, first entry in the array, and an index of test I. I didn't know we could do that with words. I didn't know we had to convert them to come on. Yeah, then we don't need to put that in a variable. Okay, I'll instead use this target dot index of, and then this doesn't even need to be a array 1. I mean, instead of writing this, if we want to write b, then yeah, b equals array dot 1 to lowercase, so we ensure all of them are lowercase. Okay, I get it. Now we write b dot index of ai. Okay, capital A now works because all of them are converted to A. What if I write hi? This will return false. Why false? But line, haha. I think, yeah, it does. That does it. Okay, so true. Is that it? Still some problems. If we write hey, this returns true. Interesting. Or it returns false. Huh? HELLO. This returns true. Again, let's see. HEY. What if I write instead of HE? If I write, LYY. That still returns true. Interesting. तो मुझे कोड को और मॉडिफाई करना पड़ेगा. क्या है? चलो देखते हैं. A and I, so I 0. So first LYY की first value को check करेगा index of value से. God, okay, let's redo again. Test, then I mean test is this, the first, so yeah, AI is less than 0. Interesting. What does this mean? If I write HUI now, false. HE, false. That's not what we want. HE should be rewarded. What else did they do? So test.length, a.length, a is their test. Yeah, mine is a. Okay. It says if target.index of less than 0 return false. This should return false. Okay. Oh, acha. No curly brackets, impressive. So hi there. Thank you. Respect the show. But you want from the oh yeah. Okay, what does this do? Is that inside or outside the for loop? It is outside the for loop. And then the space. Okay. So apparently this works. Let's see the logic behind it. First of all, a and b variables, cool. Then we have for loop, a for loop that says I equals 0, I less than a dot length. So the length of this, I plus plus. Then inside this, as long as the condition is true, we run the if loop. Yeah, okay. So how many times will it run? It will run twice. So in the first iteration, it will check if b dot index of is in this b के अंदर first letter ai is h in there. Does it have a value? It will return a value. It will return the index if there is there. So this less than 0. Is the value less than 0? No. So if it's no, you return interesting. What? Okay. Then you do nothing and then you run the loop again. Okay. Should only return false if there is a problem. That's a great way of thinking. Yeah, it will check for each iteration. If you see, let's say for the third letter will return a negative values. The moment it returns a negative value, it will return false. अच्छा, तो वो लूप को ब्रेक कर देता है और सीधा रिटर्न ट्रू कर देता है अगर कोई है नहीं वैल्यू तो. Pretty cool actually. I get it. Thank you freeCodeCamp. Pretty cool. Now chunky monkey, more arrays. Add a function that splits an array. Okay, first argument into groups, the length of size. Second argument मतलब दो array में बांटेगा. Returns them as a two-dimensional array. Basically इन दोनों को split करेंगे ऐसे. This and this. If it's A, B, C, D, first two here and the next two here. Now we have 0, 1, 2 and then 3, 4, 5, 3. So 2. अच्छा वो दो ही बने रहेंगे लेकिन वो एक बने. Okay, in a two-dimensional array. What if we have in odd number of things? So will there be any odd number? No. Yes, 4 and 2. So the first 4 should be in the first array and the next 4 should be in the second array. And then you return that array. Okay. And I've been hustling all day, this way, that way. Then it won't be divided. Wow, that is a good. Oh, when it says 3, wait a second. In the length of argument returns them as a two-dimensional array. So if we write 2, they should be divided into groups of 2. Okay. If we write 3, they should be divided in groups of 3. No. क्या बोल रहे हो? चलो एक एक करके जाते हैं. We have 4 entries in an array. When we write 2, it returns A and B. So A and B in one array and C and D in the second array. Good. Okay. When we have 3, for 6 values, 3 values are in the first array and 3 values are in the second array. Very nice. Then we have this 2. So we have 3 arrays, first with 2 values, the second with 2 values, and the third with 2 values. Then we go to 4, 0, 2, 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. It says 4. So in the case of 4, the first one should get 4 and the rest will be in here. Okay. Then we go to 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This we have 7 values. For 7 values, what do? We put this in 3 in the first array, then 3 in the second array, and 6 the rest in the last. स्प्लाइस एंड स्लाइस का बहुत करने वाले हैं आज हम लोग, दिमाग फोड़ने वाले हैं आज. Okay. Then what do we have here? We have 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 values. We say 4. So 0, 1, 2 and 3 will be in one array. Then 4, 5, 6, 7 in the second, and whatever is left in the last. Okay. And I've been hustling all day this way without a rule. My dream is not the first shame. That's just how I did it. Okay, तो ये करना है. That's also going to take some time, I think. We're going to append each and every one of them to one array, or the second or the third. I think, okay, let's think then. First of all, we need another array which will store them in different arrays. So we write let a equals an empty array. इसके अंदर सब append करेंगे, ठीक है. Without any loops, let's try to do it manually, then I'll understand how to write a loop in this. This is 2, right? Let's just for gags do this. क्या e, okay. यार इसका हमेशा पहले console.log में रखना पड़ेगा. console.log. Good, okay. This right now prints e. Okay, a variable. Now a कुछ नहीं होगा. It's all in one line anyway. So when it says 2, I want to put the first 2. We write array and then the number. Actually not the number. Array dot slice the number, not it's a size. Oh yeah. CDE. So उसमें 2 के बाद जो भी थे, फर्स्ट 2 नहीं लिए, बाकी सारे ले लिए. कुछ है ऐसा नहीं. Okay, very good. We can mutate this. So when I write ARR now, it will support A is inside CDE. Okay. 0, 1, 2, 3, So only take one then. Okay. Yeah, so now its size. What if I want the first two? फॉर लूप ही करना पड़ेगा, कितनी बार वो अंदर वाला लूप काम करेगा फिर दूसरा लूप बनाएगा. I don't think we should be using slice or splice. Yeah, it will involve some kind of loop. For I let I equals 0, I less than what? Length of the array. I plus plus array dot push सब बताओ, निकलो खा लिया, वेरी गुड. अरे डॉट पुश, हाँ वो भी करते हैं. ए ऐसा अरे जीरो वैल्यू maybe it's the other way. Yep, it's the other way. Okay. Right. Then push A first, then runs the loop again, then puts I first. Good, okay. What does this look like? A, B, B, C, C, D, D, E. What does this do? For let j equals 0 and j less than the size modify. A B B B B B. Okay. So yeah, that was right. Each of them in a group of their own. Oh. लिख सकते हैं इसकी जगह पे. I'm stuck again, it seems. Okay, let's try to logic our way out of this. If I want to put the first two values in an array, what do I do? Jazz isn't really applied here. It iterates through. Why does A appear 2 times? Let's think of that. Because of the size, I think. I see. Then we should be doing something else instead of pushing this. A or B out how? Split scenario. Okay. Is there a function called split? Actually there is, but split is for strings. Yeah, we don't want string. Unless of course we do. How do we get it to add the first 2 values? Push array I and I plus 1. That way it would be AB and BC and BD. Yeah, let's call it दिमाग फट गया. And I've been hustling all day just to make that away. Oh yeah. Wait, no. No can do. Okay. Why does A B? I think if I make you 1, yeah, A B C D E. Okay. We don't want that, do we? Then what's the point of putting you? Simply write it this way. push two of them together. AB in one, and then the loop begins again, and then AB in two. That for loop had some significance, but I do not understand. Maybe no significance at all. Let's take 1 and 2, the first two values. First two values कैसे एक में append करें? ऐसे करेंगे तो ये हो जाएगा ABCD. Okay, but then that's literally how this came in. So we're back to where we started. I have no clue. Maybe I have to go back to data structures. Use an array to store a collection of data. Access an array's collection using bracket notation. Yes, we are using push an array, pop and shift, using splice, and then slice. Copy array items using slice. Yeah. Combine arrays with the spread operator. I understand. Iterate through all an array's item using for loops. That will help me. Is this the for loop? Yes. It says array.length, if it's greater than 10, you push it. Okay. I mean, we are iterating through an array. If, why? What can we use the if statement for here? Maybe not, then what do we do instead? When we get the size 2, I want to take the first two and then the third and fourth and then the fourth and fifth values. What if we write instead of I plus plus, we write I plus equals 2, plus equals 2, then we will only have ACE. Okay, so now we're jumping 2 values. Good. I mean, yeah, instead of 2 we can write now size. So we're jumping 2 values. If it were a longer thing, we would be jumping 3 values. So we have the beginning of the arrays. How do we append E, B, C? I don't think this complicates it. This complicates it indeed, or maybe I think it complicates it, but it's actually the way it's supposed to go. Okay. So now we have A, C and E, every second value, first, second and the fifth. Yeah, so I mean the third, not actually, it's the first, third and the fifth value. Okay, यहाँ पे अगर मैं 3 लिखूँगा तो फिर वो फर्स्ट एंड फोर्थ वैल्यू देगा A and D, राइट? ओके, गुड, ये ठीक है. अभी ए के बाद जो बी है उसको भी पुश करना है ना. Push what, man? Array I plus 1. अच्छा honey is in bracket में cannot read properties of undefined reading. Push. We can't do this. अच्छा फिर भी नहीं करना. AI so A0 अब कुछ होगा ही नहीं ना इसके अंदर अभी के लिए unless we put something. For it's 0 right now, then is not a function. Very good. Why is this not a function? Array 1 की first value, array की first value और ith value BCD की. Then I do this. Oh yeah, not A. Oh yeah, obviously this should say A. Yeah, obviously. Where did that 0 come from? Intriguing. It's pushing the number, isn't it? Now what? Nope. Okay, something came in my mind. Came to my mind. Instead of this, what if we were to write this? जाते don't worry. I plus number minus 1. Oh yeah, it's size. So now we also have 0 and undefined with us, possibly because of 0 here, but I do not know why undefined. E and undefined are together. We don't want undefined in there. Yeah. So now we have A, B, C, D, and E is gone. It's not that. Where did the undefined come from, my friends? One, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Oh yeah, because of the last. If it's an even number, do this. If it's not an even number, do that. इसके अंदर ये फ्लिक देता है, पुश के अंदर ही फ्लिक सकता है, देखता चलो. पूरा फंक्शन लिखना पड़ेगा. It should be a better way. I can see why this is undefined because of you. we want that to happen. The moment I remove view, it will be pool, A, B and C, D will be in there. So that kind of works. It won't work for any of them, any other ones. But if I write 3 here, see A, B and D is gone. 3 is gone. 3 is gone. See A, D, A, D. This is an incorrect way to write this code and I agree. 3 is gone now. Back to you again. Yeah, if I make you 3, what happens? See, B is gone, so this is not correct. Yeah. Yes, I have 3. I wrote, that means I wrote this with 2 in mind and not 3 or 4 in mind. Wait a second. If it jumps each size, it means AB and then CD. So this would 3, it would jump, right? Then I can write a for loop inside you again. I have these here. Okay, must be for some reason. But yeah, to my benefit they are. Let h equals 0, h less than what? कितने बार iterate करेंगे? Number h plus plus. यार number नहीं है, size है. Come on, think. Now we have AB, AB, CD, CD, E, and defined. So 2 of them. This parameter should be something else. Let us remind ourselves why we wrote this, by the way. हाँ इसको लिख के तो रखते हैं, but why did I write this code? To do what exactly? I don't have an answer. That means I came up with one, I imagined something and then I forgot about it. Okay, so instead of doing this, I'll only push it to one array and then we can let it go. Is that my plan? Okay. Now we have AACCE. Good. Let's think. So yeah, it literally runs itself twice. I would rather change this to this. What if? So only no. Oh, we have 2 viewers. Hello for watching. Thank you for joining and watching. So AAC, CC, and EE. So AB and CD and E only. And A and B together, what do we do? I will remind myself again why I added this loop. Until then, I'll cut you. Right now, A and B are together, C and D are together as far as I'm concerned. Yeah, but it won't work with this. See, A, C, D. I don't want that if it were 4. Exactly. So we can't use this, we have to do something else. How do we also ask it to append? How do we ask it to append 2 at the same time? 0 and 1 should be appended to one array. And then you go to the next array. You also append the first and the second n number of items. So not only one but n number of items. So 1, 2. Do you slice and push it? Okay. How would slice work? You want an index to be 0, and then the index should change to the number of sizes. Okay. And then you push whatever comes out of that. Interesting. Okay. Let's fiddle with that concept a little bit. Okay, so instead of this pushing, ये सब हटेगा, रखते हैं चलो. Let b equals what? Slice, right? So arr dot slice what? I no. B क्या बोल रहा है? What's A slicing right now? Storing right now. B is not defined, unfortunately. No, but then it won't recognize I. Okay. Whatever you put it in B, ठीक है चलो. In A, this B is not defined again because it's outside of this, isn't it? Yeah. I mean, if I make it global, then it will say B is not defined. I can't accidentally make it global as well. What if I write variable? Okay, so yeah, that works. Now it's global. But because of I, it will keep changing. Oh, it will not. वो लूप खत्म हो जाएगा फिर. अरे यार. And now it will not. Are we making any efforts to change the value of B? Yes, we are. Yeah, it's a variable, so it's a global variable. It's now a local variable. क्या करेंगे? थोड़ा सोचते हैं और. What if I don't store this in a variable? What if I write this? So yeah, of course. चलो A इसको मैं उठा के रख देता हूँ B के अंदर. और दर्द क्या बोल रहा है? सेमीकोलन हटा देते हैं. What does this say? Slice I. So it sliced this and then this. Okay, not bad. So it sliced the 0th value first. तो कर क्या रहा? Let's think. अरे लिया उसने, फिर उसने slice function किया, and right now this is stored inside the push function. Interesting. So well, it's actually stored inside that, but yeah. So now we reiterate it. So first time ABCD, the second time CDE, because we are changing the size considerably. And now E. I think we are close, or maybe we are extremely far away. So I is the beginning, and it changes to, so then it would go to the second value. So in the second value it only does this. I see you. We can't make you to can be. So index value and the end value, right? Oh yeah, sorry, num. I keep using num because of that. So we have AB, but these are all empty because they are already sliced. Okay. And because it's a global variable, so this would be A, B, C, D, and then E. I think we are getting there. What if I use splice? So you can see A, B, and E. What happened to C and D? I think we are getting there. Maybe not put splice itself will put them in an array. You can see A, B, and E. What if I were to write 3 here? So now we have A, B, C in an array, and D and E should be in the second, but I can't see anything. It will change every time, won't it? What are you storing? At the first instance, it will store the first 3 values in this array called A. Then you run the second time, I becomes 1. So then we have 1 till the size, so 1 till 3. So you are storing 1 till 3 in the second. No, sorry, 1 plus 3. So now you're going to the 4th value immediately. So 4 plus whatever the size is. Oh. So 4 till size, that cannot be sustained. इसको हटा के कर रहे हैं प्लस प्लस, तो क्या होगा? Then we have A, B, C and E. What happened to D is beyond me. Why is E in here then? And where is D? Okay. What? उसको तो प्रिंट भी नहीं कर पाएंगे. कर क्या रहा है? So it will run this loop until the array ends, right? Okay. I is 0. When the value of I is 0, it should be basically this becomes 0 to 3 in for this instance. Okay. अरे हाँ, ये 2 पे काम करते हैं कि नहीं? A, B and D, E. Okay, so C भी खा जाता है. If we have this, it will push what array from this array. It will splice what? So it will splice I. I is 0. So splice from here till if it says 3. So 1, 2, and 3. So it will splice 1, 2, and 3 in this. ठीक है, और वो store कर दिया. Very good. Now it has been stored in this local variable A. Very good. Afterwards, now this thing's value becomes 1. When it becomes 1, we go to this again, A dot push array dot splice. So now I is 1. So 1 is this, and 1 till size. So 1 till 3. So 1, 2, and 3. So the next one would contain B, C, and D. Why isn't it in here is beyond me. I think we will understand once I go to the next step now. So B and C. Unless we write console.log, then we'll know each and every iteration. Okay. Let's use 1 and 2. Cure. 1 and ABC is for you, of course, and 1 and 2 for you. It only ran twice. Did it? I and size. So दो ही बार run किया, but actually it should have run. बट चलो वापस इस पे जाते हैं. आई की वैल्यू जब 1 हुई तो ये बी सी एंड डी लिया उसने, एंड देन यू पुश्ड दैट वैल्यू टू एन अरे, दिस द ए. ओके, then you ran the splice function again. Now the value of I has become 2, and you write 2 till 2 and size. Oh, I have to check what splice does. Okay, slice. So splice and slice are two different things. With 3 we have ABC. Then this should end with D and E. How does it behave with 2? We have A, B, B and this. Okay. With 3 it behaves this way. So then we move this plus equals size. Now we have ABC and an empty array. Okay, जाते जाते जाते. So basically अभी I की वैल्यू 3 कर देगा. So 0, 1, 2 and 3. जो ये थर्ड पे है, what will it do? It will take the third value as in this, so that will be stored till the size, till the end of the array. So ये नहीं करना चाहिए. I do not understand why this is empty. I still don't. Why the second array is empty? Right. Okay. This is 1 and 2. So it's storing 1 and 2 in this. What does that mean? What if I cut you? I would say ABC and then empty. Because I think there's not enough space left. Okay, because of the size. Okay, let's try 4. That should say ABCD and then E. 4 ABCD. This empty should be E. ऐसा भी कर सकते हैं, -1. If we write 2, we have okay, yeah. सॉल्व नहीं कर सकते वैसे. Real dilemma. So it works with the first 3 or first 2nd or the first 4 or the first 5th, first 5 values. Not for the rest. What can we do about that? free from your spell. All still be gone. I think we have to think of another horizon. How does splice work? It would replace text, wouldn't it? e.push slice. It stores the variables. So it would store the first two variables. What if I simply write this size? Then we have dedd. So only the third variable would get called. पहले जाकर वो संभाल लेता हूँ। अगर अपने पास लंबा आ रहा है तो क्या करेगा ये? लेट्स सी। So 0, 1, 2 and then it dies with 3, 4, 5. Despite the fact that we still have more to go. You can see this would become 3 plus 3. So 3 plus 3, this would be, i's value would be 3, so 3 till 3. Then we need splice. Splice helps mention the beginning and the end. You see 0, 1, 2 and 6. Whatever happened to 3, 4, 5 can never be known. See, why is the question. Take 3 characters and then push it from I. अच्छा, इसको प्लस करें तो it says 0, 1, 2, 3. Okay, I think we might be close. 2 करें तो ये. अच्छा, ABCD लिखे तो A, B and D. So C, where did C go? Let's think. With first iteration, it would make this value 0. So 0 में ये और size 2. So A और B को उसने ले लिया. Very nice, very cool, thank you. Now the moment this becomes 1, we write 1 and then 2. So उसकी 2 values लेंगे. That means B and C. Why don't I see B and C in here? In the second iteration. I have no clue. Okay, let's go after that. Okay, because we are not mutating anything, are we? Now for a second, let's say we are mutating something. Then I'll let B equals what? ARR. Done. चलो, ये काम हो गया. अभी मैं A की जगह B पुश करूँगा. चलो, पूरा दुख हो गया उसका. Return A. Now we have C, D, A, B. Okay. That is beyond me now. कुछ और मैंने 4 दिया क्या? A B C D, B equals A B C D, right? ठीक है, इसको कुछ और नाम दे देते हैं इंस्टेड. अरे बस, very generic, very nice. This should stay a dot push. Actually, yeah, this should say written here. Okay. Fill be A, B, and D. चलो इसको हमने बाहर निकाल दिया. If the size is 2, why can't I see B and C with you? कुछ तो गड़बड़ है दया. What if I make U equals to an right size? Then only A and B would occur. क्योंकि उसकी वैल्यू चेंज हो जाती है ना. Okay, what does this do? We have a variable called A, and then we have another variable called array, which stores the variable array. So now array is supposed to be handled, right? हम लोग ऐसा भी कर सकते हैं और दिमाग दौड़ाएंगे. चलिए डॉट डॉट डॉट. और दिमाग दौड़ाया. चलिए, if we print array now, it would only return C. Because of this push function, now it would return A, B, C, D. A dot push array dot splice. So what are you storing at the end of the day is what I want to know. One, two, three, four, and C. इससे पहले तो इसको A बनाना पड़ेगा ना. So okay. I can understand why we have two empty values. I really do. We don't want it to stop. I get it. Okay. Why there aren't any empty ones. Okay. Why can't we see here? Because of splice, I think. And then if I make this 3, why do we not see D? I think D वो खा जाता है. फिर वो पुश नहीं करता, तो खाया हुआ डी को रखना पड़ेगा. खाए हुए डी को रखना पड़ेगा हर एक बार. नहीं, लास्ट में. Let's get a weird number, weird long number. But with 2, it is so weird. Where did C go? तो वो कहाँ append करे वो किसको पता चलेगा. Can't write it this way. This logic is weird. This logic shall not be used. I'm free from your spell. A, B, C, and D. Very good. 5 it will still say for 1 A and C only, because the size changes, so it doesn't even consider the हाँ तो 1 till 1 लेगा, फिर उसकी साइज चेंज करेगा. Why is B not in here? Okay. एक भी काम किया नहीं. Obviously it's missing inputs. You can see if I write 2 here, it doesn't say A, B and C, D, it says A, B and D. अब मैं इसको रखूँ भी कहाँ, ऐड कहाँ करूँ? In here it will be different for each case. What if I were to write 3 here, then ABC would be available. Where would I put D? After C? Obviously after C, of course. Yeah, I don't think that's the right way. Because yeah, I can see C is stored in U because of splice. What can we do instead of splice? What do we push is the question. Does push parameter take any push arguments? Push arguments in Java. Does push take any arguments? Can it take any arguments? तो स्प्लाइस करने की कोई ज़रूरत ही नहीं है ना. Yeah, you write array. So A and also U in an array, and we write array size. Now we have A, C, B, C, 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 D. Oh God. Okay. I's value will change how many times? Can't do it this way, can we? This. No, we cannot. We can't do this one also. Yes. Yeah. Silly. Push the first value, push the second value. And then stop. And change the size. Change the value of I and then move to the length. Size. And then push the 2 values after it, and then ये for loop 2 बार ही चला I keep going back to that point. Size, ये सब push नहीं होगा. I mean, we're not going to push this. We write for ये भी कुछ नहीं, basically will only push array and I जाते जाते आराम से h equals 0, h is less than size h plus plus array variable बनाना पड़ेगा let. So now we have AACC. Why AACC? This is this shouldn't be I, this should be H. So now it says AB. Q AB. Array में से h value, so 0 and 1. Each iteration it will slice the two. तुमने कुछ नाइट मैरी बना दिया. I'll have to think with a fresh mind again. Yeah, with 2 it says A, B and D. Okay. We will solve this. It's already 2:51. I'm going to take a short break, guys. When I'm back, after I'm back, we will try to figure this thing out again. Until then, ciao. Oh.